modeling methodology or efficient construction with the CAD system like CATIA V5, work methodologies or CAD history structuring is the different name of the same is a CAD methodology. CAD methodology, if I define in the brief, it is a method or it is a sequence of your commands or combinations of your command which decides that your CAD is really very good and we can update that CAD easily. So basically why we are making a CAD or a 3D model is the reason behind that we can easily change it whenever I need. Let's suppose I was working on a CAD or on a model like on a dot trim model and working from the last 5 months, and right now I want to change something which I have worked 3 months back, and if I change something my CAD history automatically updates, then this is the good CAD methodology and it is a really good working skills. But if it is not updating and creating lots of issue, and that much issue I have to resolve and it took around 1 week or 2 weeks to resolve that issues, then your CAD methodology or the working style is not a good one. You have to change that one. So in companies there are their own standards they have established to create the different kind of CAD parametric modeling. So we will learn about all the different kind of CAD parametric modeling which can be in a sketcher, in a part design, or in a surfacing workbench, or maybe in the assembly design. What should be the instructions or the way you have to work in a CAD software, and generally it is valid with the every CAD system. So let's start with the CAD methodology in the sketcher. Starting with the CAD methodology in sketcher. So basically it is preferred that instead of using the sketch option every time you should use a positioned sketch. So generally what happened, let's suppose I want to make a sketch on this surface and my sketch is something like if I say this like that like something this I want to sketch on this particular face, and I want my orientation of the sketch is the like this only, like this should be my vertical and this should be my horizontal. So like in this case if I go with the normal sketching, so I will just select a normal sketch and just click on this, you will find like it is oriented in different way. I will just exit the workbench and go to the positioned sketch, and you will see like there are so many options. So I will select this surface. Also I don't want the orientation to be here, I want the orientation, the part origin basically, to be at the this location, and now I want vertical to be the upside, and here right side should be the, so I will select the parallel to a line, or maybe I can directly just click over here. If I show you, like I can swap the locations and reverse the H, so this is the perfect way. If I click OK, you will find the my sketch, and right now if I want to make a sketch what I have told you, you can make that one here. So this is the good practice for working in the sketcher, with the positioned sketch. So the next tip is the thing like if you have made any sketch or you are going to design any sketch, always prefer that don't make a sketch by constraint on the origin. So what is that? Like here in this sketch, this line is constant with the vertical axis and this line is constant with the horizontal axis. So that's why they are green, because they are completely constant. I will constant the rest of the commands as well. So this is my completely constrained sketch. But right now, what is the issue if I want to move this sketch somewhere else? So like, let's suppose I want to move this sketch completely from out of the origin, like somewhere here, because some requirements are changed and now I want my sketch to be here. If you see that your CAD methodology is not good here and you can't move your sketch within fraction of seconds to the desired location, and it is most of the time happens when you want to shift your sketch from one location to some other location because you want this feature to be on the other side or somewhere at different location or the position. So what I can do in that case, so every time you should prefer to don't make constant with the origin, always try to make out of the origin. So like right now I am just modifying this sketch. Instead of making it from the 0, I am just modifying this one and will show you how this will work very well when you are working with your sketcher. So I will just delete this dimension and don't need now, release this point. So let's suppose you have made something like this when you are first time making your sketch. Then at that time just take this point and give values here. Now I can give the value this one as well. This should be the 10. That dimension we have deleted. Okay, now there should be some angle as well. There should be some distance from this to this. Let's suppose this should be 10 as well. So something like that. Now I can make it 0. I can make this dimension as 0. This is part sketch at my origin. I want to switch that sketch at something other location. Let's suppose 30. Let's suppose 20. So you can see this is the good way of working. So instead of giving dimensions to the sketch from the, so every time it is very useful to go with this methodology, and you should take care like the 10 mm here and 10 mm here dimension I have given from this line. I have not given that 10 mm from the vertical. So remember this thing, only give two dimensions from the origin or the axis, vertical or the horizontal. Rest of the dimensions should be inside the sketch. They don't be from the vertical or horizontal. Maybe you can create some constructions line on the vertical side, some horizontal line on the horizontal side, and can give the dimensions from there as well, but don't give any dimensions from the vertical and horizontal except the two. So only the two, not more than two, not less than two from this sketcher in the vertical and horizontal axis. In this video I will show you how you can efficiently use the profile command in a sketcher. So generally if you have that kind of profile and you want to make it on inside the sketcher, what you generally think, you think like if I take the profile command and directly start drawing from, let's suppose, from here to there, then there, then there. So I'm just making the profile with the profile command like this, and I will have the complete profile. So this is not the right way of doing this. So now I am in CATIA. You should not do the profile as I told you earlier. You just go first, make one line, and then I can escape out. So first make a identity, any one identity, and fully constrain it. Fully constrain it means give it a kind of coincidence or a kind of tangency and anything, also the dimensions as well. So completely constrained. So if we move further, so the dimension is like 100 here for the first complete line. So always decide which is the first element to be made and try to make the bigger element as a first element, which can be near to the origin of the sketch. So it's 100. Now I will zoom out. Now I can move further to the way that you was thinking for, like the way. But if you at the initial stage itself you will try to do the same thing, it will not work. So now you can give the dimensions to the every line and it will be a fully constrained. Let's suppose if I don't do the initial line constraining with the dimension and everything at initial stage, then what will happen? So I'm going to delete this one. Now will fit, and I will start making like the same. Now whenever I am going to give the dimension, let's suppose here 100, it will drastically change your sketch, and right now you have to make lots of effort to constrain it comparing to the way I have told you earlier. Okay, again if I am going to give any other values to the sketcher like some other dimensions, again it will just abruptly change, some random shapes may happen, and this is not a good thing to do. So that's why always make one bigger element first, completely constrain it, and then start making with your profile command. That is a good way of using your profile in Sketcher. Here I will show you how you can create formula and how you can give same dimension to multiple things. So I have a rectangle here. I want a fillet at every corner with the same value, and in future if I change from 10 mm to the 12 mm, it should be changed within a second. So what I can do, I can use the user selection filter as a point filter. I can drag over it and my every point is now selected. I uncheck this one once again and will go to the corner command. So now if I just put in the corner, let's suppose 10 mm, if I enter, so you will get a 10 mm fillet everywhere, and you will also see here that equal sign, that everyone have a equal value, means they are interlinked. If I change anyone as a 12, everyone will get changed. If I change one as a 20, everyone will get changed to 20. So this is the one way of working when you need sometime this kind of things. Otherwise we generally prefer to give the fillets in the part modeling, not in sketching. Now if I want a linked dimension or some formulas between the dimension, how I can do that? So this is my length of the rectangle and I will make it as a 100. Let's suppose I want this width or maybe the breadth, I can say, to be the 51. So I want this as a 50. One option is like I will do as a 50, that's all. But whenever you will change this one like 120, in that case it should be automatically 60 mm. You want it to be like this, so creating a relation between them. So what I will do, I will go to here, will right click on this area, edit formula, and then I will copy this value. So this is the name of 120 value. So I can copy this one pressing Ctrl C, then cancel this one, then go inside this, right click, edit formula, and now paste that value here. And now if I put divide by 2, it will be divided by 2. If I press OK, you will see like it is 60 here and I can't change the value right now. But if I click over here, I can go to here, I can remove it if I want, then I can change the values. So it is like that, and even if I want it to be equal, I can't put 1 by 2 in that case, and it will be equal. So right now if I change this one as a, let's suppose 80, this will become automatically 40. So these kind of relation between the dimensions you can create if you need, or your model need these kind of construction. Now I will show you that how you can manage the issues with your sketches. So I have this sketch I have created, and if I exit the workbench and will try to make the pad for this sketch, it is showing me that the selected sketch contains several open profiles or some geometry used for construction. You must specify the construction geometry to solve the profile ambiguity, or do you want to use a select sketch anyway? If I press yes, if I press OK, it will not work. Why? Because my profile is open. So it is telling me that a specified profile contains several open contours. So you have seen two errors. First is the open profile, and another is the you must specify some construction geometry to solve the profile issues. So some geometries are there which might be not linked with the sketch as per the CATIA says,
you must specify that as a construction, and also try to close your open profile. So two issues we have found here. So now I will go to the sketch command. You will see like it's looking that sketch is completely constrained and everything is fine. We are not able to check where is that issue. In that case, we generally go to the tools and use the sketch analysis. So sketch analysis will help you to resolve your issues. Now I will start from the bottom one. If I select this line, it is showing me that there is one line and it is highlighting at this location as well. So this is the one issue why this line is there. Now what I can further inspect the elements, like this is a implicit profile which is a open one. So it is showing me this is a open from here to this location. Then I will check again from here to up to this location. This profile is again a open profile, while this line is, I think, superimposing by one another. So I don't need this line. What I will do, either I will delete if I don't need, or either I will go to in the construction. So I will make it as a construction. So I select the delete for now. Now if you find it, instead of two implicit profile, right now I have only one and it is showing me from here to here. But still, what is the happening, so that we are not getting a closed profile? So we will select this line first. So what is this line? It is highlighting nothing, nowhere, invalid curve. And if I select this one again, this is as a invalid curve. This is a open and it's showing me some dot or circle over here. So if I go to the zoom, you will find it is not connected. If this connection is very small, this gap is very small, and we want to just close it with the automatic closing of the sketch analysis, close open profiles, I will try to go with this. But if I go with this, my sketch is over constrained now. So it is now in the pink color. Okay, or I can do it by manually as well. So I will go with this one, close. Now 32 times not needed. I can delete this one and it's fine. Now again I will go to the tools, sketch analysis. I will again finding some warnings, basically this and this. So doesn't matter, I can press as a construction because it is not showing anywhere. So I will make them as a construction. Now I can move for the pad. So only one sketch, implicit profile, which having a status closed, completely closed. Now I can move out from the workbench. I can select the pad and the pad is working now. So this is the way of resolving your sketch analysis. So keep in your mind every time the methodology or the techniques I am telling you is really important for improving your performance during your design stuff. Now I am planning to make a sketch like this. Initially what I have shown you, this one is my sketch what I have shown you initially, and right now I am planning to make this one. So here are 6 circles inside the here basically. So what I can do to make these circles? First of all, whenever you find some pattern in your features, try to make in the part modeling. Never try to do in the sketching. I will show you why. So instead of making this one in your sketch, unless it is very important, only in that case you can go in the sketch and draw these circles. Otherwise, go to the part modeling and then make a pattern, circular pattern. Don't do this thing in the sketching. Why? I will tell you. So like it is 6, so 6 in 360 degree. So I will show you how I will make, if it is really necessary to make them. So let's suppose I make it like something this, and I want to be more 6 number. Now if I move further to the rotate and will select this one to be my rotation, and I want 2 3 4 5 more 5, and we'll select all these options, keep internal constraining, keep external constraining, keep original constraining mode, and we select the center and the location, and we'll try to move this 5 constraining. So at 60 degree, if I select like this, still these are not fully constrained. Okay, that is the basic issue why I am telling you don't go for making a circular pattern in the sketcher using a rotate command. Better to do this in the part modeling. So never try to do is in the sketching, because no one is the completely constrained. They are somewhere moving here or there. Okay, so we never get the constrained one. So what I will do, if you need that one to be here, then we can create some more lines. We can define the angle 60. I can increase this to the another side, make it as a construction, and then if so instead of making 60, because 60 degree we need, I will make it as a half, 30 degree. So I will use the command mirror, which is really good for doing this. So I will mirror this with this one, I will mirror this with this one, I will mirror this with this one, and then I will select these two and will mirror with this one. So I will get a complete constrained circles with the same values. Now if I just change this one as a 12, every will going to be changed as a 12. So this is should be your way of working when you are making some patterns inside the sketching, and better to go with the part modeling only with the patterning like circular or maybe the rectangular patterns. So never go for the translate or the rotate, better to go with the part modeling, rectangular pattern or the circular patterns. You have not noticed in my previous video that the sketch doesn't have any tangency symbol anywhere, any coincidence symbol, any vertical horizontal symbols. like the constraints, why it's not showing any constraints here? So the basic reason behind that, you missed to click over the geometric constraint on. So when I click on this, you will find lots of constraints, even constraints for the mirroring over here. Okay, so in this video I will tell you what are the commands that should be checked or should be on when you are making some sketches. So the first, I already told you geometrical constraint. If I uncheck this one, it will hide all the constraints whatever in the sketch. So always try to keep on this is, but like there's so many things here and it's getting issues my eyes to just. So the next command is the dimensional constraint. Whenever I will click on this, you will find that no dimensions are visible right now. So all these options are available under the visualization tool, and you have to take care that everything is in on condition, means they are clicked once. When they are clicked once, they will be always working and will show the dimensions. Otherwise, if they are not checked and I am creating any rectangle and I am creating new dimension, so dimension is created but it is not showing to you. If I check or on this one, you will find that the dimension is created here. The third option is the diagnostic inside the visualization tool. So the diagnostic is the command because of which you are able to see these colors, basically the green color, the showing as a fully constrained, some red colors or some pink colors for the over constraint. If I just off this diagnostic, you will find that everything is in white. It seems to me like that nothing is constrained, the sketch is not fully constrained. Okay, so always on this command, the diagnostic. Now the next command under the sketch tools is the automatic dimensional constraints. If I on this one, you will find that if I create one rectangle, it will give the dimension of length and width. But if I uncheck this one and create a rectangle, you will find that no dimension of the length and breadth. So it depends on the user or the designer that he is prefer this one or not. So it is the user intention basically. And the next command is the dimensional constraint. So like if I create one rectangle here and I will create a dimension, so it is working right now. If I uncheck this dimensional constraint and now I will create a one dimension, so now I will show you how this dimensional constraint will affect your sketching. There is one another way of creating rectangle, like I can give the values here as a width and the height. So I will give a width of 30 and a height of 15 and enter. You find that no dimension is here around the rectangle. If I on this one and now I will create one rectangle. So again, let's suppose 35 and 20. You will find that yes, 35 and 20 dimensions are created and present with the rectangle. So this is the function of your dimensional constraint. So this should be every time check on. Now the next is your command for geometrical constraints. Every time you have seen that I am creating a rectangle and there is a horizontal verticals are created. Also, whenever I create some more dimensions or some more identities like a circle, if I create over here, you will find that it's creating some tangency constant over here. But if this option, which is known as geometrical constant, is not on and I am creating a rectangle, no horizontal vertical constraints are created. That means your rectangle is not a rectangle. It can be a quadrilateral, parallelogram, trapezoid, rhombus, anything. It's not a rectangle. Okay. Similarly, if I want to create one circle and let's suppose it's showing me like it's tangenting at the upper edge right now, when I click OK, it is not tangent. It can move out as well. The same case when if this box is check on, this command is check on geometrical constant and I am creating a circle and it's now tangent showing, it created a tangent symbol here and I can't move out. It will be every time a tangent with that line, it will move with the line or the rectangle itself. Okay, so these are the some basics command you should know and every time should be on when you are sketching, and whenever you don't find your visualization, it should be there in the right side. You can drag and come out on the main screen.